wanna get it, man. Get your tail, it's a different lane. When you playing for the winning team, RP to Mr. Wayne's. Bang, bang, we gon' win the game. Core crank, hit you with your pain.
I be spitting real, be spitting backwash, yeah. So I'ma have to ask you all to back off. Hitters in my DMs try to hit me with the caps lock. Cause I'm always beastin' on the camera like the Sasquatch. Wait until I blow, y'all gon' see me blast off, yeah. And y'all gon' see in front like they ain't act hard.
Really, you don't need this.
I'm Ivan. I'm Nick. This is the DIY Detail Podcast.
Like I said, I'm not going to go too far down.
Foaming is fun, and we just happen to have incredible suds in our wash buckets. Time to either flip the mitt or dunk the mitt. Never go from bottom up. We do not recommend you using tape normally when you're polishing. Now, Nick, we're finally ready to dry. We've washed it, we've cleaned it, we've decontaminated it. You can see that in a video linked below. But today, ready to wash, I just have to put the rinseless wash in my wash bucket. Follow along, here we go.
All right. Well, welcome everybody and happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everybody in the chat is wearing their green. So happy for all of you who are here tonight in the house. I see Humberto, David. What's up, Jamie? Thank you, Adamo, for being here. I'm so excited. What's up, Eddie, Keith, Ron? Seeing a lot of people in the chats. Thank you. And without further ado, I'm just going to bring on our guest because, I mean, why not? Are you guys ready? Because I'm ready. Here we go. Well, hello.
Hello. So I don't own anything green in my wardrobe, not even a green tie. I was going to wear a white shirt with a green tie. I don't even own a green tie. But, you know, I have the drip catcher, so we'll put it here. And, you know, I got the flag tip brush and interior clean and protect. Those are the only green things I've got. So, yeah.
Hey, that works for me, man. I was just telling Ivan, I have always been one to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, or if not celebrate, I mean, by wearing green. And man, today there was nobody festive at school. I was so disappointed. Everybody was looking at me like, Miss Torres, what are you wearing? And I'm like, green. Hello.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, yeah, I guess the kids they just weren't impressed today, but that's okay. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a great Monday. Ivan, how has your day been?
Spectacular. Doing a few little renovations in the shop. Nick is arriving late tomorrow night, and we start our next filming session. So if you have any suggestions on videos, put them in the comments down below. I don't want it in the chat because I don't see the chat and it goes away after. But put it in the comments of the video if there's anything you want us to do. But in the meantime, yeah, you know, installing a compressor in the shop, something we haven't had. So a few interior videos coming using a compressor.
Nice.
And a few other little updates to the shop. The shop, we're not sure if we're staying here that much longer or not. We might be transitioning to another shop. So we're sort of slowing down the renovations a little bit until we come to that final decision. But in the meantime, the shop is, you know, is functional. It does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
We have that speed bump that our water has problems getting by. But that unfortunately is going to say, we tried to find a contractor. If you're a flooring, you know, grinding contractor in Omaha, please reach out to me, because it seems that everyone we've contacted doesn't have the time.
That's crazy. So will you guys still try to find a shop in the same area, the same vicinity, or are you moving somewhere else completely?
Possibly to Iowa. We're not sure. Not far from here, but like we're literally like a mile and a half from Iowa where the shop is. So, yeah.
Okay. I really do. I've never been to your shop, but just from what I've seen in pictures, it has such an awesome like aesthetic to it. It would be a shame to have to leave that because it just looks so cool.
It does have a really cool vibe, and it's in a really interesting neighborhood. It's called Little Bohemia, and it's a neighborhood that is going through gentrification at the moment. So 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't the safest place to be. Now it's perfectly fine. But you know, we still have the odd vagrant and you know, stuff like that. But everywhere has that, or almost everywhere. So we're not a concern. They're friendly, so not a big deal.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
it's a nice place. It's a fun neighborhood, if I can put it that way. So
Yeah. Well, Becca's excited because Iowa is closer to her. So she says, let's go.
yeah, that might be all of like 4 or 5 miles closer. So yeah,
Well, better than
yeah.
nothing. So anyways, I am ready to just get into this chat today. But one thing I do want to preface this chat with you guys is that tonight I will be giving away a Detail Co 15 millimeter swirl killer. So please stick around to the end. I have a question for you, but you have to stay in the end if you want to get lucky. So yeah,
And
here we
listen
go.
carefully.
Yes, please listen carefully.
The
So
answer may or
Ivan,
may not be given.
yeah, and you might have to search for it. So,
Yeah.
keep that in mind. So anyway, Ivan, I just kind of want to get started with, a question. Now, in my title, we talked about, detailing just being this great thing. And I think that DIY detail has really made detailing a great thing for people, whether they've been professionals or they've been just a DIYer or enthusiast. Your products, your education, your videos, everything about DIY just makes detailing so much fun.
Oh,
But
thank you.
in terms of the industry, how would you define great detailing today? Like, what makes a great detailer, or what makes detailing great today in this
So,
industry?
two completely different questions. What makes a great detailer? Or if we're looking at a professional detailer, what makes a great professional detailer is a great customer service rep. The detailing
Mhm.
itself is almost secondary. You could be the best detailer in the world, and if you have a poor attitude and your customer service is horrendous, you won't be in business too long. So being a good customer service rep is as important, if not more important, than being a great detailer. Now, for the hobbyist, what makes detailing great, or what makes a great detailing hobbyist, is one that first and foremost is having fun. That to me
Mhm.
is the most important part of detailing, and that's what we tried to do with DIY. The whole premise behind DIY started with me reminiscing when I was a child. You know, before I was a teenager, you'd ride your bike down the street and the dads would be out there Saturday morning washing cars. And I remember doing that with my dad and seeing
Yeah.
others doing it. And that's gone away. You don't see that anymore. So we wanted to make detailing accessible. We wanted to make it easy. We wanted to make it simple to understand. We wanted to make it fun. And with that, we've added, a lot of, or we've taken away a lot of things from detailing, if I can put it that way. We've added efficiency. And even as a home hobbyist,
Mhm.
efficiency is a great thing.
Yes. Yeah, definitely something I need to work at. I
And
think that's one of, oh, go ahead.
Scott Barber there that you've got on the screen, he'll be coming up in an episode of the Deep Dives Garage Audit. Visited his
Oh,
shop last week on my way from Texas to Omaha, or actually this week. Yeah, whatever. This week, last week, I forget. Time flies. But
yes,
great
it
shop.
does.
Yeah, Scott's got a great business and a great business attitude. So yeah.
So let's actually talk about that really quick, because I think this whole idea of the garage audit, I think that's pretty amazing. So what is an appropriate audit of a garage? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for ways to make the owner of the garage, and it could be a garage, it could be a home garage, it could be detailing in your driveway, or a mobile unit. We've done all of them so far. We got about 10 of them recorded, and to me, my goal in doing these garage audits is to find ways to make the person's life easier,
Mm.
simpler, and have more fun detailing. So that's it. I'm not going in and critiquing absolutely everything and saying they're an idiot and they're wrong. Uh,
Your garage
big,
sucks.
yeah, no, never gonna happen. If their garage really does suck, we just might lose the
Yeah.
footage. But anyways,
Uh, oop.
we haven't lost any footage yet. Just saying. All of you that have had your garages audited, we haven't
Yeah.
lost any footage or footage. But that being said, there's no right way to detail, and there's no wrong.
Yeah.
Well, could be a few wrong ways, but anyways, you know,
Maybe.
everyone's circumstances is different. Everyone's garages are different. So it's going in, and I have a habit of, I've built out many detailing garages for myself and other people. So I'm able to visualize how things can change, how we can make it a little better for them, easier, more fun. And, some people have said, well, I'm a hobbyist. I don't care about time. Well, actually, you do. You want
Yeah.
to spend time with your family. You want to spend time with your kids. You want to spend time driving your car. Yes, detailing is a fun part of it, but also you shouldn't be getting up Saturday morning going, oh, I gotta wash my car. It should be, oh, I get to wash my car.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And I could tell you, if you'd come to my garage, the first thing you would tell me is get rid of half of your products, Christy.
Maybe a little more. No,
Oh,
but
yeah,
so,
guaranteed.
there's a couple garages that I've done, like yours. Oh, I haven't done yours yet, but eventually I'll get there. And like
I
Jamie the
hope so.
Cleaners, you guys test products as, YouTubers.
Yes.
Well, you need those products. Now, for the person at home that is just detailing their own car, maybe a neighbor's car or a family member's car once in a while, yeah, you need to get rid of some of those products. But you have you have an extenuating circumstance, we'll let it pass.
Yes.
But you need to organize them just a little better.
Oh, way better. I don't
Yeah.
know if my wallet, is going to keep letting me pass, because I'll tell you what, this stuff isn't cheap. But, and people keep saying, sell your products. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a hoarder at heart, because then I just think like, well, I can't get rid of them, because what if I want to use them again? Like, then
Yeah.
I'll have to buy it all over.
So
Such a catch 22.
if you haven't seen it or used it in 6 months, you're probably
No.
never going to miss it. And you can do like Jeff at Improved Garage, and he sells his stuff,
Yeah.
I think, on eBay or something like that at
Yeah.
a reduced rate. The buyer pays the shipping, obviously, or else he'd lose a lot of money. But
Yeah.
other than
Well,
that, yeah,
yeah.
go for it. And as Sylvia said, who wants an audit, garage audit by me? Reach out to Jamie at thehouseofrags.com. He's the one setting some of them up. I'm setting some of them up too, but Jamie's a much better organizer than I am.
So are you literally willing to travel all over? Do you have like a radius that you're trying to stay within range?
Uh,
How are you doing that?
I move around a lot. So there's a good chance that in my travels, I at some point will be driving by your garage. And, yours will be late March, early April. So be careful of that. So I'll be in LA.
So I should start cleaning now?
No. The last weekend in, last weekend in April, not last weekend in March. So last weekend in April, I'll be in LA at Fukatan's. If you go to the DIY Detail Facebook group, there's a training there. There might be a few spots left. Hopefully, Christy, you'll be there. But from there, I've got a couple of free days in the California area. So how far are you from downtown LA?
I'm like 4 hours.
Oh, so that's not far. Okay. So yeah,
It's not too bad.
yeah, so we can come up and take a look at your garage. Who wants
That
to see
would be-
me audit Christy's garage?
That would be pretty amazing. But you really do have to give me
Actually,
a heads up.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. My
Yeah,
garage is
on-
bad right now.
So Adamo, yes, we could do that. And actually we might make it to Alberta, but anyways, we could do that, doing a FaceTime type audit. Just the person that we're auditing will need to, step it up in terms of video quality and Keith Firebird, bring a dumpster.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
No. Did you ever see the original one I did of Nick's garage about 5 years ago?
No.
So we did more than a garage audit. We actually went into Nick's garage, threw him out of the garage, and Sylvie and I spent about 8-10 hours reorganizing, rebuilding it. And I had him put stuff in piles. This is the pile of stuff I absolutely want to keep. This is the pile of stuff that I'm not too sure. And this is the pile that I didn't even know I had it. We got rid of this is the stuff I don't know. This is the stuff that I'm not, I'd like to maybe keep it. We got rid of all that. And we got rid of half of the other pile too. So, and reorganized his shop. So we're not doing that in the garage audit. We're not actually, spending 2 days reorganizing someone's shop, but giving them tips and tricks. So, but
Yeah.
as I was saying, if you need, we could do it over the internet, but the person that is on the other end, they'd need a camera person and, good audio. So, but it is a possibility. We could maybe experiment with you, Christy.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'm totally up for anything, especially if it means that I can get my, life in order, because, So, what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in the industry, Ivan, just over the past year? Because I feel like things change at a really rapid rate, almost like technology. There's always like the latest and greatest. What do
Yeah.
you feel are some of the biggest changes that are happening in this industry right now?
So some of the changes are slow, but they're continuing to happen, and that is social media. Social media to me is a great thing. Just look at the House of Rags. So the House of Rags has
Yeah.
brought on all these podcasters, and unlike a lot of other places, they're actually paying the podcasters. So Christy's being paid to do this, which is great. For myself, I'm a supplier to the House of Rags, so I decline the payment. But that being said, it's a great way of growing the industry and growing the community. Things I've seen that for me are not a great change in the industry is this thing about, oh, you need a pre-foam and then you need this foam and then you need a bucket soap and all that. That to me is just, more marketing than actual needs. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can see that too. I always think about how detailing began, when people began with just a bucket and soap,
Yep.
and very minimal things, and they still got results. So it always, you know what I mean? I always kind of look back at that like, well, they got the results they wanted with like 3 things in their,
Yeah.
in their
And
arsenal, and it worked,
Oh,
you
it,
know?
it it sure did work. So when we first moved into the shop, we did a series of 3 or 4 videos, actually maybe even more, because we literally had nothing in the shop. We had no pressure washer. The roof was leaking. The heat was barely heating the place, and we still managed to detail cars. So you
Yeah.
don't need a pressure washer, and you don't need all these things to get it done. Like you say, soap, some form of wash media, and a hose, and you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, thinking about people, again, DIY is for those people who are DIYers, do it yourselfers, but they're also for the professional. What
Yes.
are some of the biggest challenges that you see facing detailers today? What are some things that are really causing detailers to kind of get stuck in a rut?
Uh, Too many products, and too many products in the sense that, like yourself, you
Yeah,
go to your garage and you say, okay, I'm going to wash with a rinseless today. How many rinseless washes do you have in your garage?
I've lost count.
Yeah. So you're now having to make a decision. First of all, you made the
Yes.
decision between soap and rinseless. Now you have to make a decision which rinseless am I going to take,
Yeah.
and then after that, what am I going to use to clean the wheels? What am I going to use to this, that, and the other thing? So having all this selection, which is fun, but at the same time, it sort of takes away some of the fun of the process. Now, some people love that and love
Yeah.
the fact that, okay, I've washed my car 8 weeks in a row and I still haven't used the same product.
Yeah.
For some people that's great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to me, just try to simplify your whole routine, simplify what you're doing, and detailing should be more fun when you do that.
Yeah. And I do think about that too, because there's sometimes I get so kind of irritated with myself when I want to go out and do something so simple, but
Yeah.
I'm stuck. It takes me 20 minutes to get started because I'm trying to figure out what am I using, and do I want to do this one or this one? And you know what I mean? And then things are all over the place, and it's a
Yeah.
mess. It's
Yeah.
a mess.
Like Ulysses here, Masters of Shine. He occasionally gets called by Eddie, say, come to my place. Goes
Yes.
to Eddie's place with a minivan and fills it up with detailing supplies that Eddie I got to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
And, Eddie does a quarterly purge of his garage. And
Yeah.
Ulysses is the one that acts as Eddie's dumpster. And so he gets to try a lot of stuff, but he probably has a room pretty big filled with detailing supplies.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, and I have talked to Ulysses about that. Thank goodness for Eddie, right? Eddie
Yeah.
has such a kind heart anyway. And I've thought about that too. Like, I wonder if there's just people around here that I could, give chemicals to. There's
Oh,
enough detailers in my
yeah.
area. It's literally,
There's
but
detailers. You can also go to car clubs. And for
oh,
myself,
that's an idea.
we had a community college that taught body work, and I'd bring my excess chemicals there.
That's awesome. I have this dream that in my middle school that
Yeah.
we end up doing some kind of like detailing class or like learning how to, you know what I mean, detail a car. Why not
Yeah.
add that to the automotive, elective? I don't know. I think that would be so cool.
That would be good. Ed Twillinger, if you're watching, Ed is has been around the detailing industry for a long, long time. Great man. He's in Orange County, California, or Huntington Beach, which might be in Orange County. Anyways, Ed just retired a couple years ago from I believe something like 30 or 40 years of teaching in a community
Wow.
college detailing.
Wow. Oh, so he did that at the college.
Yeah, he was a
Wow.
community college teacher. He's the one that designed the program, kept it up, and his students. I've met a number of his students. A lot of them are still in detailing, and he's just so passionate about detailing. It's fun to talk to him. If you could get him for an interview, that would be spectacular.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, if you have his contact information, you might have to hook me up with that because I mean, just to even talk about the whole class aspect,
yeah,
that's super interesting. Thank you. Wow. See it pays to know people. It really does.
yeah.
Connections are real. That's so amazing. That just made me so excited. All right. So talking more about detailing and how great detailing is. Let's talk about what a setup should look like in 2025, a garage or a mobile setup. What would you suggest people have in their garage or in a mobile setup if they were starting out today?
Okay, so in a garage, we'll start with the garage.
Okay.
Paint your walls white, paint your ceiling white, and keep your floor clean. You don't need the fancy tiles on the floor. They're fun, but you have to rip them up once in a while to clean underneath them. Uh, Other than that, lighting, more lighting. And when you think you have enough lighting, start adding some lighting. Uh, and then organization. And one thing you don't want in your shop is workbenches. Workbenches accumulate crap. So
Mm.
the least amount of horizontal surfaces other than the floor that you have, the cleaner your shop will stay. And then for a mobile detailer, be organized. And I see a lot of mobile detailers, they open up their van or their truck and they have what looks like your garage in terms of supplies. They
Too
probably
many.
know 3 or 4 days in advance what they're going to be doing. You don't need to bring all that stuff with you as a mobile detail.
Mm.
You need to know what you're doing and be organized. Like a shop based, you know what you're going to be doing. So you put those things on your cart, you bring them to the car, and that's all you need. And then you're not walking back and forth to the cabinet 20 times during a detail. So organization is key. It's going to make your detailing more efficient, more profitable, and more fun.
What about things like air compressor, vacuum? What kind of like the big tool items do you think are needed to get started? Do you have to have an air compressor? Do you have to have a pressure washer? Like, are those things you think necessary?
Pressure washer and the compressor, no. Vacuum cleaner, of course. You need to, you're not going to sit there with a whisk and a broom inside carpet. But when it comes to other tools, a pressure washer, sure, a Kranzla is nice. You don't need that level of pressure washer. The little Ryobi or whatever you can pick up does a good job. And just your garden hose does a good job as well. You don't need a pressure washer. The compressor, if you're really into doing interiors, yes, to me, it's a great tool. I would buy a compressor way before I would buy a leaf blower, as an example. Leaf
Hmm.
blowers are really good for slowing you down. It's much faster to dry with a towel than a leaf blower, and you actually do a better job. But if you had a compressor, then you could take your airline and go around and do the cracks and fill in the cracks and crevices, get the water out of there with the compressed air, and it's actually lighter and easier to maneuver than the leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I feel like leaf blowers really only work if it's a coated car. I
yeah,
think on coated cars, they're more effective, maybe.
a little bit. But one thing that a lot of people don't realize with a leaf blower, unless you have zero TDS water,
Okay.
You're not blowing all the water off the car. You're evaporating some of the water and blowing some of it off. That evaporated water, if you have any form of TDS, so you don't have, pure deionized water, then you are leaving minerals on the surface. Therefore, they accumulate over time and it gets worse. So just grab a good quality towel. There's a place I know, it's called the House of Rags. They have some really, really
Yes.
good, towels. I think there's some back there. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
House of Rags, they've got a great selection. There's this guy named Jamie the Cleaner that's part of it.
Oh, yes. I heard
He
he knows about his towels.
Oh,
I heard.
he doesn't just know about them; he's passionate about them.
Yes.
It's a little awkward sometimes, but anyway, still, just joking. But yeah, Jamie is extremely passionate about the towels and how they work, why they work. He understands the towels deeper than anyone else I know. So
Yeah. Which is pretty amazing. Yeah, Jamie says, I got some towels. I bet you do.
yeah, just a few.
Just a few.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I got caught up in when I first started, is thinking that I needed all of those tools,
yeah,
not just the air compressor, but the blower, the ego. I mean, I don't know how much money I spent to get started,
Mhm.
which I look back now and I think how unnecessary
yeah.
a lot of it was.
Yeah, you really, to get started detailing, you simply need a bucket, some form of wash media, and a hose.
Okay.
And of course, the soap to go with it, or the rinseless. But other than that, you don't need a pressure washer. You don't need a steamer. You don't need an extractor. You don't need a compressor. We've been in the shop we've been doing DIY detail for 2.5 years now, recording videos, and we just got a compressor today. So,
Nice.
all right. And we've been able to detail cars inside and out all this time without a compressor.
Without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one shop that I, very friends with, Buffalo Car Care in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
They do an amazing job. I never knew there were so many exotics in Buffalo. Every time I go there, there's exotics everywhere in their shop. And they don't own a pressure washer.
Really?
Yep.
So just a hose.
Just a hose. Now, pressure washer will save you on water.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily save you on time, but it saves you on water. And that's the main attraction. But people like playing with toys, so the pressure washer is that toy.
Yeah.
Like if you tell Keeve to wash his car with just a hose, he's going to tell you to go somewhere where the sun doesn't shine. So. Because he likes playing with it. And
Yes.
I get random texts from Keeve like, oh, I tried to combine these two pressure washers together at the same time and it worked. And so he's just
Yeah.
he's really passionate. He's not passionate about cleaning cars. He's passionate about the toys to
The
clean
tools.
cars. Yeah.
Yes. He's so funny. I love it though. His content is absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
Now, if you have money as a mobile detailer, go check out Tony Ralda. He,
Yes.
the best detailing setups I've ever seen for mobile
So
details.
would you suggest, because I know there's a lot of mobile detailers who are, detailing out of their car. Do you think a van is something that is pertinent to have eventually? Do you suggest that all mobile detailers save up to buy something like what Ralda provides?
Yes
Or
and
is
no.
it
It
okay?
increases efficiency. So the ROI on one of Ralda's systems is about a year for most people.
Okay.
In other words, after 1 year, let's say, I believe they're around $20,000. If you before Ralda, after Ralda, you've saved $20,000 worth of time in that year. It makes
Yeah.
it more efficient. That being said, I have done mobile detailing out of a convertible Mustang. I've done mobile detailing out of a smart car. I've done mobile detailing out of a 1973 Volvo P1800 ES. So you'll have to look that one up.
I will.
Most people here aren't old enough to know what that is. That being
I
said,
don't.
I've never mobile detailed out of a truck, and I had an old Grumman like bread van, step van, that we used as a mobile unit for our shop in the end. But it was more of a sign than anything else. But yes, so you don't need all of this. If you're
Yeah.
prepared in advance and you know what you're going to do, you can always use the customer's water. You can always use the customer's electricity. there are ways to get around needing the big water tank. And I see people as, I want to put a 200-gallon water tank in my truck. Do you know how much 200 gallons weighs?
A lot.
1,600 pounds. So
Wow.
yeah, actually a little over 1,600 pounds. So that's a lot of weight to be carrying around.
Yeah.
Whereas most detailers, a 20 to 40 gallon tank is all they need in a day. Yes, might have to fill it up every day. Not a big deal.
Yeah. So thinking about, how I started detailing was through YouTube. So I really have started thinking about social media lately. And my next question is, do you think that social media is making detailers less efficient?
Depends what channel they watch.
Okay.
Because, there are some channels that if it can be done in 3 steps, they'll find a way to show it done in 8 steps.
Okay. Yes,
And
I guess
yeah,
that is true.
but there are other channels that are like, do you really need to do these steps? Here's an easier way to do it. So you need to
Like
look,
your channel, like DIY.
yeah, well, like that. And there are others as well. But, like yourself on your channel, you did that video this week on wheel cleaning. It was a simple video. And you didn't have a separate wheel cleaner and tire cleaner and lug nut cleaner and valve stem cleaner. You went very simple. But some people would say, oh, you need this to clean the lug nut, you need this to clean the wheel, you need this to clean the caliper on the brakes, you need this to clean the barrel because it's the
Yeah.
dirt is the same everywhere on the wheel and tire. You don't need 18 different products. But some people will have you buying a lot of different products, and you have to be wary of some YouTubers. They have these things called affiliate links, and
Mm.
the affiliate links, they're
Yeah.
great because depending on the company, some companies, they give the YouTuber an affiliate link, but they don't give the YouTuber any money. They're giving them a discount code so you can go buy it at their store, but the
Hmm.
but the YouTuber or the influencer or the content creator gets zero from that, which to me never been a good thing. That's unfair.
Yeah.
That being said, there are some companies like DIY, like the House of Rags, that when you have an affiliate link, you get a certain percentage of the sale. And to me, that's natural. That's the way it should be, because
Yeah.
content creators, there's a lot of time, there's a lot of investment involved, and the not just making the video, putting it up, but afterwards, following up, answering questions, all that sort of stuff. So yes, social media can make some detailers more efficient and unfortunately can make some detailers less efficient.
Yeah. And I think I've kind of, fallen into a trap because there's, I learned from DIY, I learned from Pan, or, I've learned from, Eddie's videos, Thor, all of these videos, and I see very easy ways to do things. But then like you said, you watch videos and you see another way with more products and this tool and that tool. And then you think, well, do I need that? And sometimes I fall into the trap thinking that I do. And then I realize, that I could have just stuck with that simple 3-step,
Yeah.
process in the beginning. So I think I asked that question because sometimes I feel like social media has made me less efficient. So I
Oh,
think it's what works, what
yeah.
works for you, but finding a process that is simple and easy and still gets the job done,
Well, one thing that social media has made detailing less efficient is those little makeup brushes. Bef- seeing the typical social media, like on the interior, using a small brush to lather up everything on a door panel is the biggest waste of time ever. Now it looks really good
Yeah.
on
On the
Instagram or
video.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, is that a waste of time? So yeah, it's in that sense. And some people, when they're just starting, these are the videos they see. So they think, I have to go over the whole interior of the car with this little brush and make lather. No,
Yeah.
you don't need to. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, it's made some people less efficient.
Yes. I totally get it. Um, Again, thinking about efficiency, then let's kind of talk about when people are detailing for money in this profession. What is a good system of checks or like a quality control process that you can suggest for detailers? If I'm detailing a car, what is a good system to use so that I know that I am being efficient and effective in the least amount of time? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
So the first thing you need to do is get a video camera, and you probably are watching us on one of them right now. Use your cell phone, put it on a tripod, and record the whole detail, and then sit down and watch it. And you'll see where you're wasting time, where you're getting in and out of the car if you're doing an interior, where you're walking back and forth to some mysterious cabinet off camera or whatever. You'll see where you're wasting that time. The other thing is having a standard operating procedure. And it seems like a big word, and at the same time, it is what is going to save you the most time and make you increase your quality, because the less you have to think about something, so the more you follow your standard operating procedure, the higher quality you're going to be. You drive to work every day, right, Christy?
Yes. Yes.
Right. You take the same route every day.
Yes, I do.
Okay. If one of the other teachers were to say, Christy, if you take this route, it's going to save you 5 minutes. You'll try it, maybe, if you're listening. You'll try it, and it might have saved you 5 minutes. But by the time you get home, you're thinking it took you an hour longer because you're not used to doing that.
Do it. Mm,
And
good
but
point.
if you actually look at the numbers, it's like, oh, this was faster, but it felt so much longer because your commute back and forth to work is now muscle memory. And some mornings you'll get to work, or some afternoons you'll get home. It's like, how did I get here? You don't remember the whole trip.
Yes.
And if in remembering that whole trip, you always go through the same red light, eventually you're going to get hit. But you may be blind to that light for some reason. And it's the same in detailing. If you don't have a good standard operating procedure, you may be blind to one certain area of the car. Like some people often miss the underside of the driver's mirror, as an example, or the back side of the steering wheel, things like that. And when they miss those things, and they continually miss them every time, that's when quality goes down. But if you have a good standard operating procedure that I need to start here and do this, and keep going in that direction, then you're fine. I used to tell employees when I hired them, you must follow the standard operating procedure. The major reason for that was you're in the middle of a detail. You die. We're going to move the body out of the way, call the coroner, call 911, all that fun stuff. But by where we found the body will tell us what's been done to the car and what still needs to be done. Now, thankfully, no one ever died in our shop. Very lucky. Yeah. We've never had to deal with that, but our standard operating procedure was there just in case. But it makes people think. And when you make an employee think and go, aha, okay, I get it. So basically, it's like, always start at this corner of the car. When we're washing the outside, we always started in our shop with the hood, driver's fender, driver's door, work our way around the back and finish with the front end of the car. That was every car was washed in exactly the same pattern. That way, if we found a dead body by the back bumper, we knew that the driver's side had been done, the roof had been done on the driver's side. We just needed to do the other side of the car. We didn't even have to look at the car. We knew what was done. So that is something. Now, standard operating procedures are not something you can borrow from someone else. You have to make them yourself. It's not a cookie cutter system. You need to make your own. And always start at the front of the bus. Yeah. No, actually, Jamie, cleaning the bus always starts by driving to Blue Beacon and giving them $40. But anyways, that's the easiest way to wash the bus. Yeah. But
do you suggest starting on the outside or the inside, exterior or interior first, if you're doing both?
Makes no difference.
It doesn't?
No. Now,
okay.
Ideally, I would start on the outside just to clean the door jambs at the same time. But other than that, no. So in our shop, depending on what section of the shop was busiest, sometimes we started the car on the inside, sometimes we started the car on the outside. So to us, interiors and exteriors were two completely separate things. There was no, our packages, we had no combined package. You bought an interior, you bought an exterior. There was no,
Oh, okay.
No, all in one package.
Yeah. So how many packages do you think a detailer should have? Because I often go and I look at all of the detailers in my area, and man, there are some people who have like 10 different packages, and then there's some that have 2.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, what is the best amount of packages to have in your arsenal?
There's no best, but the ideal situation is to have a minimal amount. And
Minimal.
right. So we'll give you an example. You're out west, right? You have this
Yes.
In-N-Out burger chain. So
Yes.
you go to In-N-Out burger, you look at the menu. There's what, 4 or 5 choices at most? You know,
That's true.
single burger, double burger, single cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, and a hot dog and fries. Yeah, I know
That's true.
they have the hidden menu, but anyways,
Yeah.
just for those in the know, they have what is Gonzo fries, something like
I,
that.
animal style.
Animal style. Okay.
Gonzo.
I knew it was one of the Muppets. I didn't know which one.
That's funny.
Could have been Kermit the Frog fries,
It
for
could have
Green
been
Day. Yeah.
for
But anyway,
Green Day.
so it's Animal Fries, the drummer of the Muppets.
There you go.
Yeah. But anyways, if you go there, you don't have to stand in line and look at the menu for 5 minutes trying to decide what you're going to eat. You go to the Cheesecake Factory, you walk in there thinking one thing and you leave, maybe you have eaten something else because the menu was so long and confusing, you just gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like, or for a while, I felt like, well, maybe it's good for people to have options. People like options. But then I think things get too kind of muddy when you have too
Yeah.
many options,
And if there are too many options, the customer might just go, oh, screw it. I'm not going to have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I totally
I
agree.
need to make a decision. Decisions
Yeah.
are hard to make for people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody in the chat, I'm going to take a quick timeout, if you don't mind, Ivan, for the product of the week. So here we go.
This week's product of the week is Detail Co.'s 15mm Swirl Destroyer Dual Action Polisher. Elevate your polishing experience with this high-crafted 15mm polisher, expertly crafted. It's designed for both professionals and DIY enthusiasts. This polisher features a powerful 1100-watt motor that ensures efficient and effective results every time. And at only $149, you cannot beat the cost, you guys. Get yours today at thehouseofrags.com. Kristen will save you some change.
Perfect. Oh, and you just in time.
The
Just
commercial
in
wasn't long
time.
enough. I actually dropped my phone too. So there
Oh,
we go.
no.
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, you guys, I will be giving away one of those polishers tonight. So we've been on about 40 minutes. Everybody in the chat, I hope I'm getting to everybody's questions. I'm trying to, sometimes it's hard to keep up with this chat, man. It
Yeah.
is on fire tonight. You guys are awesome.
And again, if we don't answer your questions during the live, go to the comments after and put your question there. We're
There
happy
you
to go
go.
answer them there.
There you go. Absolutely. So let's continue talking about detailing. What I want to know, Ivan, is what is one underrated detailing technique that you think everyone should be using but isn't?
Polishing seats.
Polishing seats?
Yes.
I'm intrigued.
Okay. So on a cloth seat, take a good old-fashioned wool pad. You know, the big, round, fluffy pads. A
Okay.
used one, not a new one. You don't want to look like a sheep exploded inside the car. And put a bit of rinseless wash on it, or your interior cleaner of choice. At low speed with the rotary, polish the seat.
Huh.
And when you're done, the seat is almost dry. You've cleaned the fabric, and it's much better. Now, if you have leather seats, use a DA with a microfiber polishing pad.
Okay.
And again, a bit of chemical, your chemical of choice on the pad, and lightly polish the seat. And normally one pass is all it takes. And it's a lot
Wow.
less aggressive than using a microfiber towel or, those little yellow, they look like an iron with the fuzzy on the bottom.
Okay.
And you'll do a better job with it. So if you're winning the swirl killer tonight, just get a microfiber pad at the same time, and you can clean your leather or vinyl or vegan leather seats. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you're saying with leather too, but only if they're vegan?
No, any.
Oh,
so
okay.
a lot of seats actually are combined. They'll have like this, the center where your butt sits might be leather, but the bolsters might be vinyl. Vinyl equals vegan leather, same thing.
Okay. I've been trying to figure out, maybe you can help me with this, just kind of speaking about leather for a minute. I've been trying to look online, like, is my car, is it real leather? but I can't figure it out. Is there a place that I can go to figure it out? Because it does not say whether or not it's vegan. It literally just says leather.
It's a Jeep.
So, yes.
Yeah, it's probably not real leather. Uh,
Darn it. Even
Yeah.
if it's a limited edition?
it
Okay.
might be, but in best case scenario,
Yeah.
the center section will be leather. The rest of the seat is vinyl.
Okay.
And vinyl is actually more durable than leather.
Okay.
So
Oh, look at Mike G is telling me it's vinyl.
yeah, it's vinyl isn't a bad thing. In the 70s, if you look at old Mercedes from the 70s, they had a product called MB Tex, which was basically vinyl.
Okay.
That stuff was almost bulletproof. You see, Mercedes from the 70s in junkyards, the paint is gone, the carpet is faded, the seats look brand new. So,
Okay.
so vinyl isn't as bad as people make it out to be.
Okay. Eddie, people are talking about leather wrinkles. Eddie says his body wrinkles.
Yeah, well, so do me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens. I'm trying not to show my wrinkles right now. That's why I'm wearing a hat. Yeah.
Be proud of them. You earn them. So
Right? They're like your tiger stripes. That's what my mom always said. They're just your tiger stripes, You earn them as you go. Although I'm not ready to earn them yet either.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So talking again, let's talk more about pricing. And this is something that I think I might be biased in asking these questions because I'm interested in knowing, I really would like to detail a little more, consistently.
Right.
But I have a really hard time understanding, and I don't want to say understanding my worth. Like I know my time is worth something, but how do I competitively price without underselling myself? Because prices are all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about that.
So find the highest prices in your area and match them.
Really?
Yeah. Don't try to undercut anyone. First of all, that's the worst business technique you'll ever have. You want to be, if you feel you're providing a good quality service, then you need to charge for that good quality service. The other thing is people starting out or hobbyists, they always tend to, I'm just a hobbyist or I'm just starting out, I'm going to charge less. You're spending more time doing it than the professional is. So you're devaluing yourself. In life, you can't get time back. Time is the only thing that we sell or give away that we can never get back. So, every minute you're detailing is a minute away from your kids, is a minute away from all that. And Jamie, you found the highest price and doubled it. That's actually a really good strategy.
Wow.
You'd be amazed what happens when you raise your prices. You get better quality cars, cleaner cars that need less work.
Okay.
And people that are more grateful than the person looking for the $50 detail. When you raise your prices to $55, they're going to go find another $50 detailer.
Okay.
But the $500 person, they're not going to go looking for when you raise your price to $550, they're not going to go looking for another $500 person. They're going to go, oh yeah, your cost went up. That's fine.
Yeah. David, this is, how do you learn to quantify, your labor or, your worth? And again, I think that's starting out. And I don't know, I think everybody needs to start somewhere. But I guess I'm looking at it maybe very incorrectly then, because I'm thinking, I'm kind of, I have clientele, but I have, very specific clientele. They're acquaintances, friends of friends, people that I know, but I really want to start branching out. And I'm looking at it like I need to be a little less expensive so that I can actually get clients. But I guess that's not the way to look at it.
Low prices actually drive people away.
Okay.
So if your prices are too low, they're going to go, oh, she must not be that good.
Okay.
So
I mean, that makes sense.
Find the most expensive place in town, whether it be mobile or shop, because you're in California. And maybe go 10% under them or 10% above them or match their prices. But don't be the cheapest one in town. Never.
Okay.
And your time is worth money. The way I always calculated it is your base should be $120 an hour. If you're not billing at least $120 an hour, you're losing money in detailing.
Okay. So what about, let's talk about actual customer service now. What do you think, or what is your suggestion in dealing with customers who are hard to deal with, who are picky about, services, or who continually like want more for less money, or can you throw this in? Can you give
Yeah.
me a discount? How do you handle customers like that, or
So
potential customers?
yeah. So let's say I quoted them $1,500 for the job,
Okay.
and they say, "Well, can you give me a better price, or can you do this?" Yes, definitely. I can give you a better price. I'm willing to go to 2,500. More than that, I feel like I might be taking advantage of you. And then just don't say anything.
Okay.
They will need to process that because they're thinking a better price is less than 1,500, and you just put it up to 25.
Mm,
For me, $2,500 is a much better price. Now, 1,500 is the best price I can offer you. That's the best price for you, but the best price for me is 2,500.
okay. Do you often do things like sales or discounts, or, freebies, buy one, get this free? Do you
Stop
suggest doing?
swearing. We might get decommissioned or taken off for swearing so much.
Oh,
You used a 4-letter F word there. So, and in
I
business,
was all, wait, what did I say?
yeah. So the 4-letter F word in business is a terrible, terrible word. It has no value whatsoever.
Okay.
So you're providing value. So if you're wanting to add something to a service, let's say you're doing a coating, you want to sweeten the deal and put a glass coating on because you need to test one for a YouTube video, right? So you'll say to the customer, okay, well, look, if you're ready to, have it done right now, I'll add a glass coating in. Fine. You didn't use the F word. You added a glass coating. Then when you invoice them, let's say that glass coating you normally charge $150. Well, when you invoice them at the end of the job, you have your $1,500 for the coating. Then you add as a separate line the $150 for the glass coating, and then give them a $150 rebate over the whole job. Now that glass coating is not included. It's just you gave them a discount equivalent to that. So it still has value to them. If you give something
Okay.
away, and I'll use the F word here for free.
Yes.
If you give something away, it no longer has value for that customer because you were able to give it away at no cost once. That means you should be able to do it all the time.
Okay. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I mean, again, when you're just starting out, there's all of these questions, and it's really, it's a lot, to try to figure out how to get started, and
Yeah.
pricing up. That's always something that has just really intimidated me.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for me to ask anyway, to ask people. I'm not asking people, how do I word this? It's hard for me to sell things. Like, I'm the type that usually just wants to give.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to, again, know what my worth is. So
Yeah.
it's a learning
Yeah.
experience, I guess.
You're providing value to them.
Yeah.
And that value comes with a number, unfortunately. And that's how this world works. If you could say, okay, pay my car payment for 3 months in exchange for this detail, or
Yeah.
the barter system. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, or hey, go buy my groceries for a month and a half and I'll detail your car.
Yeah.
You have teenagers, right?
I have an 18-year-old, so
Yeah, so that's going
yeah.
to be very expensive. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, you have worth. You're doing something for them. Anybody can detail their own car.
Yeah.
So that's not it. They don't have the time to detail their car. Let's use a lawyer as an example. Okay, lawyer charges you $500 an hour if you're going to get a divorce or whatever. That lawyer comes to you. If you take 2 hours to detail their car and charge them $300, they just saved $700. Because had they taken 2 hours to clean their own car, they would have lost that $1,000 or that $500 an hour. So you
There you go.
didn't charge them $300, you saved them $700.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
so most women, and I know I'm being very sexist and generalist here, but or guys do it the same way. So we
I'm
go to
just
Harbor
kidding.
Freight. Yeah, we go to Harbor Freight, right? There's something on sale for $200 that's regular $400. When we get home, we did not spend $200. No, we saved $200.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah. Or, you
Yeah.
go out to buy shoes, same deal.
Yeah.
The shoes are regular $150. They were on liquidation sale at $60. You didn't spend $60. You saved $90.
There you go. There you go. Sometimes girl math is a little different, Ivan.
Yeah. Well, girl math and guys tool math is about the same. They're
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
it's
give you
pretty
that.
much the
I'll
same
give you
thing there.
that.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
No, actually,
All
for
right.
us, if we buy, let's say, a drill, right?
Okay.
So I'll explain guy math to you very simply. We
Okay.
buy a drill, we save $50 buying the drill. So right away, it's paid us $50. Now, had we hired someone to drill that hole, it would have cost us 50 times every time we had to $50 every time we needed to hire someone. So every time we drill a hole with that drill, we're making $50.
Okay.
So the tool, within one or two holes is paid for itself. And then after that,
There
it's
you go.
making us money every time we use it.
Yeah.
So
Scott
that's guy
says,
math.
yeah, Scott says girl math and Harbor Freight tool math are almost identical. And that's
Yes,
what,
yeah.
yes, I do agree. I agree. And somebody was talking about calorie math, girl math
Yeah.
and my calorie math.
Yeah.
No kidding, huh? Um, so Ivan, I'm going to put you in the hot seat really quick, and I'm going to ask you just a few simple questions that you got to give me kind of a quick answer to. Okay. So
Easy
here
enough.
we go. Coke or Pepsi?
Oh,
Oh, Coke. There you go. Foam cannon or bucket wash?
bucket wash with rinseless.
I knew you were going to say rinseless.
Yeah.
Coatings or sealants?
Oh, coatings, 100%.
Okay. Rotary or DA?
Depends what I'm doing.
Okay. But okay.
If I have to
If I
choose
wa-
one,
Yes.
I'll buy the rotary before I'll buy a DA.
Really?
Oh, it's much easier to use, easier to learn, less chance of damaging. Despite what people say, the rotary is
Yeah.
much simpler. Every time I've had a student that has never picked up a tool in their life, and I give them 5 minutes of instruction with the rotary, 5 minutes of instruction with the DA, they continue the job, given the choice, with the rotary.
Okay. That makes sense. I still have yet, and I know, Ivan, you're going to kill me here. I still have yet to try the rotary. I still have, I mean, it's there. I'm going to. Trust me,
Yeah.
I'm getting to it. I will. It's just taken me a minute. What is, oh, I'm sorry, hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Awesome. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
It's meat with bread around both sides, so I would say yes.
Okay. What is your favorite microfiber brand?
The House of Rags.
The best smelling detailing product?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say C6 Mist.
I think that's the only thing that well, I don't know about the only thing, but I don't have that. How does it smell? What is the smell of C6? I know, I don't.
So you might be old enough. I'm not sure. Remember Certs?
Oh,
with
yes.
Redson? Yeah, the red
Okay.
Certs. That's what it smells like.
Ooh. Okay. I might have to buy it just to be able to smell that. I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. Isn't it like ceramic gloss?
No, so C6
Oh,
Mist
okay.
is completely different. It provides almost zero protection. It is a pure drying aid
Drying
and gloss
aid.
enhancer,
Okay.
but no protection. So if you have a coated car, it's
Okay.
great. If you have an uncoated car and you're expecting this to give you protection, you might want to try ceramic gloss instead.
Ceramic gloss. Okay. Which I love ceramic gloss. I love the way that smells. Quick beats too. In
Yeah.
fact, I think all your products smell really good. I even like the smell of All Clean. All
Yeah.
Clean has a really nice, like fresh, I don't know, smelling scent. I like it. Let's talk about social media again, because social media is obviously a big deal
Yep.
these days. We're almost to an hour. I will respect everyone's time, but what role does social media play in growing a detailing business? Do people need social media in order to be successful?
If you count Google as social media, yes. If you don't count
Okay.
Google, no. You don't necessarily need Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. It helps, but it's not a necessity. Get those Google reviews up. That's the one that counts the most.
So you really feel, because you have to pay for Google, so you think that
No.
that's a necessity? Oh, you don't?
No, Google ads. If you're putting ads on
Okay.
Google, yes, you need to pay. But
Okay.
Detailer's Roadmap. I don't know if you've heard of them. They do
I
a
have,
great,
yeah.
yeah, they do a great job making websites for detailers and all that fun stuff. Most people get ROI, so basically they have paid back what the work they've done to, the detailers and roadmap in under a month.
Wow. Okay. Do you guys, I mean, I'm sure, so if you're a full, you guys pay for Google Ads, I'm sure.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I'm just trying to think, and again, nothing I would do now, but what would be the service that you would suggest people pay for if they were going to pay for Google? Would you
Well,
say Google Ads is the one to go with?
yeah, if you're going to pay for ads, do Google Ads, but make sure you have someone that's really good at SEO, not necessarily the dude
Okay.
down the street that tells you he's good at SEO. Or, we're going to bring you so many leads, you're not going to know what to do with it.
Yeah.
That may not be the person you want. In the detailing space, and I don't know if he's here tonight, but he's usually in a lot of these chats, Fred from Glovebox.
Oh, okay.
So he
He's
does
really good with that.
he does a great job at that. Of course, Detailer's Roadmap, but Detailer's Roadmap, they have some criteria in terms of length of business ownership and stuff, because they've had so many people flake on them that they build up this whole website, and by the time the website is done, it's like, oh, sorry, I decided I'm not doing detailing anymore. So,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
they have criteria that you have to meet to be, eligible for their service. But
Yeah.
but find someone that's good at SEO and get references. Don't just
Okay.
trust them on, hey, or the people that say, we can get you 10,000 followers on YouTube. Those are bots, and
Hmm.
they're worth zero, and they might actually hurt your YouTube channel. So,
Okay.
there are some companies, if you look at the DIY YouTube channel or your YouTube channel for that matter, you've got what, 5,000 subscribers now, a little more?
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
no.
How
My channel is still super tiny.
Go to subscribe to Details and Me, please. And
Yes,
subscribe to
please.
Thor Media while you're here.
Yes,
But
please do.
anyway, yeah. But go to Christy's channel and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now,
Yes.
with the number of subscribers you put out a video, it gets, let's say, 1,000 views. Out of that 1,000 views, you'll get 50 to 75 comments. Someone that has purchased bots or has purchased views, they will have a video with 10,000 views, and there might be 20 comments.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, social media is a beast, though. I mean,
is.
learning the algorithms and all of that, it is not for the weak.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it's basically, all the algorithms reward, what's the word? I'm thinking in French right now.
Oh. Well, you can
Regularity.
speak in French.
No, they reward regularity. So,
Consistency.
we'll use Pan the Organizer. He started his channel 8 years ago with a 9 a.m. Wednesday video, Eastern Standard Time, and 9 a.m. Sunday, Eastern Standard Time video. He has never missed one, but he's also never put out a video at a different time slot.
Yeah. Something to think about, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And like us, DIY Detail, we have Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And now we've just started this 2 weeks ago, Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Yeah, consistency is definitely key, and you can see it obviously with the numbers. We have been on for a little over an hour now, so I think it is time for the giveaway. I think it's time. What do you think, Ivan?
Ready when you are. Now, I can't see the comments, but
Okay.
Christy knows the answer.
Okay, I do. All right, guys.
Yeah.
So this is for the Detail Co. Oh, go ahead.
U.S. residents only, unfortunately.
Oh, yes. U.S. residents only. Thank you for prefacing
Or
that.
else Eddie will be really mad at Christy. So.
Well, it's on me. This is my giveaway. So,
yeah.
but so I'll be really mad. I don't think I don't have Canadian money.
No, and you don't want to pay the shipping. So yeah.
Yeah, no. Please be kind. US only. Okay, guys. So here is the question for a 15 millimeter Detail Co. swirl killer. What was Ivan's last deep dive video title? You have to give me the title of Ivan's
Not the thumbnail.
last, not the thumbnail, the title to his deep dive video. What was the title?
And the deep
You have
dive
to
on the
give me
House of
the
Rags channel.
You got to give me the exact title. It has to be the title, the full thing. This is for a polisher, guys.
Yeah, word for word, punctuation,
Word for
everything.
word. Oh, somebody. I think. Okay, hold on. I think it is the occasional detailer. Let me make sure, because man, they started coming. Is PPF actually profitable? Yep, the occasional detailer. You got it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So send
Yes.
an email to jamie@thehouseofrags.com.
Yes. Jamie at the House of Rags, and I will get you set up with that swirl killer. Congratulations. I hope you're feeling lucky tonight.
Yep.
And yes, St. Patrick's Day. I hope everybody feels lucky. How many of you have had a green beer? Ivan, you don't drink, right?
No,
No.
I'm stupid enough as it is. I don't need any help. So
I was going to have a green beer with me tonight, but man, again, I have to sometimes be careful because my tongue could become a little loose once I'm drinking. So I thought I better not. I don't want to demonetize
okay. Yeah.
this podcast.
Well, you did use the F word a couple times. So yeah.
I did. I'll never say it again. Man, I'll never say it again. So, Ivan, just to end the chat, what is one piece of advice you wish you would have gotten when you first started detailing that you can share with us and help those of us who maybe are getting started or who are started but can always use good suggestions and advice?
Know your value and charge for it.
Know your value and charge for it. Did you charge when you began detailing? Did you ever change your price, or did you start?
I tried high pricing. I tried low pricing. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I've had a lot of detailing businesses over the year. My first ever paid detail, okay, this was in 1981. Yeah, 1980 or 1981. 1980, sorry. My first paid detail. The customer, so at the time I had an office cleaning business, and one of the lawyers asked me to clean his car. He paid me more to clean his car than he paid me to clean his office.
Wow.
So my first paid detail, and I was licensed and insured through my other business, but anyways,
Yeah.
So it was a true quote unquote professional detail. And detailing, the word didn't exist back then. It was car washing. But anyway, so I washed his car and he paid me $50 in 1980.
Wow.
So for a car wash, that would be like what, 120, 130 bucks today? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For a half-hour car wash. So yeah. So I was sort of spoiled from day one. But no, I've had more success charging more than charging less. The last shop that Sylvie and I had, we were in a community that the average income is $30,000 or less. People drive Civics and Focuses and Cobalts and Cavaliers and Corollas, things like that. They don't drive exotics and expensive cars. The town doesn't have an Audi dealership. It doesn't have has a Volkswagen, not an Audi. It doesn't have Lincoln, it has Ford. It doesn't have Cadillac, it has Chevy. So, that type of thing.
Yeah. Awesome.
10 years ago, we were charging $1,800 for a ceramic coating.
Wow. And that was 10 years ago?
10 years ago, yeah.
Wow.
Well, 20 years ago, we were charging $1,500 for a ceramic coating. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And we were doing that on Cavaliers and Focuses and Corollas and Civics.
Wow.
Not on BMWs, Audis, Cadillacs, and Lincolns. So.
Oh man, I definitely need to reevaluate my prices. Thank you for that. See, that question I think was really for me, like I said.
Yep.
All right, you guys, one more giveaway. Becca Green, thank you, Becca, would like to give away a C6 mist.
Oh.
So we will ask another question. Thank you, Becca. She's always so amazing. always offering to do a giveaway. So appreciate you, Becca, very much. Let's see, question.
I know.
Ivan, do you have a question?
Yep.
Go for it.
What make and model of vehicle does Christy drive?
Oh, let's see if anybody knows this. What make and model vehicle do I drive? It's always in my videos.
Yeah. Not always. You did a Volvo last weekend.
Oh, I
That was
did.
your daughter's
You're right.
car. Yeah.
Yes.
And why
Okay.
does your daughter drive a vehicle that's worth more than yours?
Ivan, shh.
Okay.
Actually, I think no, it's not a Grand Cherokee.
No?
I think Improved Garage got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jeff.
it is a Jeep. It is a Jeep Compass. I wanted a Cherokee. I only had Compass money. All right. So Jeff, thank you or congratulations. Please email Jamie at the House of Rags and we will get you set up with, does House of Rags have C6 mist or does that have to go through DIY? I don't even know if that's on.
Good question. I think
Good
they
question,
should have
huh?
C6 mist. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out.
If not, we'll figure it out in the background. Not a problem.
Yeah.
We just happen
yeah,
to share the same warehouse. So,
yeah,
we're not the
there you
same
go.
company. They're a supplier of ours, but they can literally, have someone from their side of the warehouse walk over to our side of the warehouse and,
Yeah.
can I have a bottle? So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get it done.
Perfect. Jamie says Miss is on there, but Becca says, Jeff, she'll get it to you. So thank you guys so much. Man, Ivan, I always enjoy talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on with me
Likewise.
tonight. You are always such a wealth of knowledge. I always feel so educated after I finish talking to you.
Oh, thank
It
you.
is so awesome.
Yeah. And for those, remember, you can subscribe to Details in Me. So Me. That's
Yes.
Christy's channel. You can subscribe to the House of Rags and maybe even to DIYdetail.com. So yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, all great channels, all educational. Christy's channel is a lot of fun. And, I'd like to give Christy a really big round of applause.
Aw.
Her channel has morphed in a great way over the last year. If you look at videos she was doing a year ago, you'd never see her pretty face. She was,
Never. Always my
No.
hands.
yeah, always the hands. She was like a female Dallas paint correction. But now she's, showing her face and, you see that beautiful smile. So yes, we need,
Thank you.
yeah. And if you have a YouTube channel out there and you're watching this, show your face. People connect with people. They don't connect with your hands. So, but yeah, so
That is
have
true.
fun with it. Yeah, and some people are concerned about their appearance. Look at me. I'm ugly. I'm bald. I have a weird mustache. All of that going against me, and yet people watch. So, it's not something. Don't be concerned about your appearance. You're providing education, and by providing education and/or entertainment, people are going to watch.
Yeah, I totally agree. And thank you for that because I wouldn't be where I was right now without the DIY tuber and without DIY detail and you, Ivan. And I think somebody in here just said a complete turnaround. Please check out his new DIY tuber video. When does it end, Ivan? When is this round over?
So this round is 2 weeks from ending. And by the way, so then we will go in a 2-week limbo. Then we're bringing back the winners of the first and second round. So Bruce and Will.
Bruce.
And the winner of the third round, whoever it will be, between, the John, Dylan Jr. and Derek. Then we're bringing back one person that was eliminated before. So get ready to vote. Now, some people have already opted out. An example, Eileen and Oscar from the last time have said that for them, they don't have the time. So, unfortunately, they're not coming back. Are you coming back, Christy?
Yeah, if
Okay, so
if the community will have me, I'm back.
okay, so no, start getting people to vote for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
Vote for me,
so
guys.
there's a possibility that Christy might come back. There's a possibility that any of the other DIY tubers like Ben and Beta, he might come back. He's one that put up his hand and said, "I'm willing to come back." And then there'll be the 3 that are the 4 that are in the challenge now. 3 will be coming back, and we're going to be doing different challenges. So we're going to be upping the ante a little bit.
Ooh.
We're probably going to be doing a video every 2 weeks instead of a video every week, for that simple fact that the challenges will be a little more involved. There might be, a little more time in editing, things like that, because our goal is to educate the DIY tubers and to have them grow their channels, to have them, to have more educational content on YouTube, not just entertainment and not just, hey, look at this product, right? There's too many channels out there that are, look at this product I'm testing today, and look at this product I'm testing tomorrow, and look at this product I'm testing next week, right? As opposed to, this is how I use the product. Your recent wheel video. And if you can put a link down below, that'd be even better, because then people can go to your channel and subscribe. But
I need to learn how to do that, Ivan.
okay, copy and paste. It's not hard.
Okay.
Someone please put the link to Chrissy's last video in the comments. Excuse me. But that was a great educational piece, because not only did you show cleaning a window, or not a window, a wheel, but you also explained how you're doing it and why you were doing it, and your thought process behind cleaning the wheel. So that to me is great educational content, because just doing it and showing it, that to me is entertainment. Explaining why you're doing it and how you're doing it, that is education. And that's the whole goal behind the DIY Tuber program, is to bring more education around detailing on YouTube.
Perfect. Absolutely. And I think it's been such a great thing. So congratulations. I think, again, a couple of people are in here. You guys are doing so good. You're killing it. Definitely killing it.
Yeah.
And if I could come back, I'd be so excited. Maybe it'll help me be consistent again.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to force you to be consistent. So
yeah,
yeah.
I know. I'm getting there. I'm trying. It's hard. Okay. It's hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, thank you again. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Ivan, I know you are way later over there than I am here.
It's still 3 hours to my bedtime. So
I was going to say, although you don't really sleep that often. So
there's too many questions to answer in a day.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but yeah, I know, Mike, I am a slacker. Trust me. But anyway, you guys, thank you again for joining. I appreciate you. Please have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Congratulations to all the winners, you guys. And I will see you on the next one. I'll have Reggie from Labo Cosmetica on next Monday.
Great.
So that'll be an exciting show. So don't miss it.
You have to wear purple.
That's right. All righty. Good night, you guys. See you guys. Bye.